Okay, so we are the group that talks about how to upscale the ERG experience. For the actions we talk about to scale up the EU ecosystem, we have to first scale up the regional and local ecosystems, and also we need to interconnect them, involving entrepreneurs, businesses in the center of the process. In terms of next steps, first, we need to understand what is in our ecosystem, mapping the ecosystems of the regional actors, and then identify the possibilities to interconnect and cooperate with each other. And the third step is to explore EU funding instruments. Thank you.
Great, thank you very much. Harry, the second session, please.
Okay, thanks. I folded it because otherwise I wouldn't make it in 45 minutes. So, minutes, seconds, yeah. So our goal is to increase companies by the number of employees, and this, under the topic of business transfer at A, may be the best way to scale up. And I think to do it, it's first is we have to have a system of transfers for SME, like a process model, a European process model or something like that. Second, we ask for more attention for business succession in the Commission, as the same level as startups are, maybe to add the topic to the digital platform you're going to do. And the third thing is to...
Two good next steps, also very good.
And the rest we'll see at the end.
All right, thank you. Third session.
We looked at how we can really raise the bar in terms of the level of advisory support that we're giving these scale-up potential companies. First of all, actually I need to look at this, it's about we need to think lean, we've got to move fast. We're on a pedalo, our companies are in a speedboat, so how are we going to keep up with them? So it's about super connectors, we've got to be uncompromising on the quality of the matching. So it's all about case studies. We need to actually be demonstrating what we're looking for. We've got to keep it fluid. We talked about a number of things. So we traditionally go to the professional services, but actually our institutions and their alumni networks, we need to be dipping into those. It can't be one person. It's about teams.
Thank you. Next session, number 4.
Hi everybody, we discussed the next topic, tailoring of EU digital services for SMEs to the needs of business. We understand that the European Commission provides lots of opportunities to SMEs, but sometimes they are wrapped up in not the best cover. So we defined 3 next steps. First one is to check all European Union websites for how are they relevant to the needs of business. Second is to develop the guidelines for getting regular feedback from business, what do they need on such websites. And third one is ensuring that all the users from rural areas, different education, different background are being heard, websites are relevant to their needs. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Topic honor number 5.
Our goal is to stimulate cross-cultural and cross-border entrepreneurship among scale-up companies. We propose to reform existing international platforms, make them responsive. Second, directly involve entrepreneurs in their strategy development. And third, cooperate with transnational business member organizations and international trade promotion centers. An integrative approach. Thank you very much.
All right, next topic, number 6.
Hi, we talked about Erasmus for young entrepreneurs. We would like to increase promotion at all levels because we do believe there is still potential for improvement. We believe that we should follow up the impact and we have the systematic approach to be implemented, particularly because we need to get more funding for this program. And last but not least, we would like to see the better definition of matching because of matching between applicants and also hosting entrepreneurs. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we have session number 8. 7, okay, your topic fell down.
Okay, on our side, the topic was incentivize and foster startup corporate collaboration. Why? Because this is badly needed on both sides. The point is, this is something that's been experienced for large corporate quite successfully, how to involve mid-sized companies. The proposal is to work on a platform that is able to support the scouting, to support the sharing of experiences and reduce the cultural gap. I would propose to start with a pilot project involving 30-40 open-minded mid-sized companies.
Thank you. All right, so now I lost the count. It's the number 8.
Hello. So the session number 8 was about the internationalization seen as innovation and transforming the international uncertainty into opportunity. We started with the differences between big and small companies and how big companies are evaluated versus small companies. And they are very different. Big operate in conditions of risk, and small operate under the conditions of truly uncertainty. So the first step is to develop ad hoc instruments to evaluate the international entrepreneurial projects under conditions of uncertainty, judging them upon entrepreneurs' capabilities, network, and means of disposal. And the second one is to change the common perception about the truly innovative, risky project.
Perfect timing, thank you. All right, can we have session number 9, please?
Our discussion was about open new markets for startups in Europe before they go to the US. We think most important is that we need free movement of data and harmonization of consumer rights. That means to do business in Europe more without borders, also in this field. We need more exchange and collaboration between enterprises. They need partners, they need representatives, so we need more exchange schemes like Erasmus for young entrepreneurs, but also for the small, medium-sized enterprises. And then finally, we need to continue to remove non-tariff barriers.
Thank you. All right, topic number 10, please.
So we were talking about having EU-based company instead of a country-based company because we feel that investment ability into a company should not depend on the geographical location of the company. And so we were talking about different ways how this can be resolved. One was bank data transfer, having member state and European tax systems, EU-centered bank. So we would propose as an action to create a pan-European enterprise entity, a mechanism to pay each member state their respective taxes plus EU taxes, and in order also to create a hub center for investors to look up EU startups in the industry sector. And this would...
Thank you. Topic number 11.
So, it's about those vibrant programs for startups and scale-ups, and how can we make out of it a vibrant European society. So that's by involving ordinary citizens, but also people who have less chances, like migrants and unemployed. And so we can decide to use 10% of all the budgets on all levels, European to local level, for this ID. Will make us creative, link this to entrepreneurial education at the same time, and explode cultural fertilization by this.
Thank you. Topic number 11. Do we have the topic holder for topic number 12?
Right, hello. Right, hello. Skunk works. First thing people asked was, what is it? Well, it is not about the employment of animals. So Scope Works is about higher risk entrepreneurship programs and whether the EU should take greater risk in the way it goes about funding or providing finances to startups and scale-ups. The key issues we discussed is that in many programs up to 94% of funding is failed, so the risk is very much with the people bidding. So should there be a third way? There are practical issues which get in the way of a public sector body providing that kind of funding, but these are startups and scale-ups. The EU needs to be more entrepreneurial.
Thank you. Topic number 13, please.
Hello, I'm Dimitri Schuurman from IMAC Living Labs, Belgium, and we want to create an Airbnb for innovation services for startups. So we want them to also be able to scale, to rate services, and we want to do this by using the pan-European organization that already deliver these services. So we want to create some kind of a tool where you can have an assessment of the European-wide services, and as a startup you can choose among these services and see the ratings of other startups for these services. And maybe, so we would start from the EEN and EBU, who have already their connections, and maybe at some point a startup could even be organizing this kind of Airbnb.
Thank you. Topic number 14.
Thank you. Our topic was on the skills of the future. First on identifying this, we say that entrepreneurial skills are mostly the skills that we're going to need as creativity and adaptability, for example. In the action, we said that we wanted to increase the communication and dissemination of the entrepreneurship competence framework that the Commission released some time ago. That we wanted to reform education with a more developed case-based and multi-skills project from an earlier stage, and that we wanted to promote more exchange of best practices through the different education systems.
Thank you. Can we have number 15, please?
Thank you. I have no paper because I had no participants, and I'm very sorry. My topic was how to engage the enterprise Europe network in fostering the support for scale-up and startup initiatives. Maybe you don't know what is the Enterprise Europe Network, but I suggest that you can contact your local points in order to know about this important tool sponsored by COSME program, I mean the European Commission, and that is in 60 countries. We are more than 600 of organizations for what?
Thank you very much. All right, we move to the second round of conversations. So, second round, first conversation. And one. Then we have.
Look, we were talking about a lot of great ideas who never see the lights before because of missing prototypes and missing pilot projects. We see here a great risk that the administration and banks don't go for great risk, and our idea is that we have a portfolio risk management approach in favor for SMEs. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Can I have a topic number 3, please?
Sure, David Bach from Region Zealand in Denmark. So we wanted to increase private financing into public programs for scale-ups and startups, and we need to take more risk and allow the public sector to take more risk. Once that has happened, we need to showcase it and communicate it, and we don't want to do that through bureaucrats like me. We want to do it through private sector ambassadors and business associations.
All right, thank you. Can I have topic number 7, please? Do we have anybody under topic number 7?